Sealing the cables into a port involves scuffing the cable and base to enhance adhesion, adding aluminum tape to protect the cables from the heat, and heat shrinking the cable seal in place. Note that when two or more cables enter a single port, such as the case with the main feed-through cable, it is critical that sealing material is placed between the cables. This is accomplished by using either a branch-off clip or a wraparound adhesive and metal pad we call SCOP. When a feed-through cable is used, we recommend sealing that cable into the oval port first. Clean and abrade the oval port and the cable sheath within 3 inches of the port. Pre-position the port seal on the cable and mark its position for easy locating on the aluminum tape. Aligning the mark on the aluminum tape with that on the cable, wrap the tape around the cable as instructed. For the oval port where 2 cables enter the port, install the branch-off clip and secure it in place with a tie wrap. Use a hot air gun and start shrinking the seal next to the base. Heat the seal near the base until the green paint turns black, indicating the seal is sufficiently heated. Continue heating the seal uniformly until it is shrunk completely around the base port first, then the cables. You should then see a little melted adhesive coming from the cable end of the seal, and the seal should be completely black. Repeat this process until all cables are sealed in the base of the Fosc400 closure. Tyco Electronics supplies a hot air gun that is designed for getting the required amount of heat into the seals of the Fosc400 and related heat shrink closures. Contact your salesperson for additional information. Verify that the O-ring is positioned correctly and slide the dome over the end of the closure. Where applicable, make sure the arrows on the base and dome align. Once the dome is seated on the base, attach the clamp using the lever feet on the latching mechanism to create leverage and close the clamp. If the clamp, dome, or O-ring is out of position, it will be extremely difficult or impossible to close the clamp, while there will be a snug fit if all components are positioned correctly. Once closed, a tie wrap or small lock can be installed in the hole in the clamp for extra security. For closures with valved domes, pressurize the closure to 5 psi and perform a flash test, checking for leaks. Once the check is complete, release the pressure. To add a cable after the initial installation is complete, a new cable seal kit is required. Additions to unoccupied ports can use either tubular or wraparound seal kits, while wraparound seal kits are required for adding new cables to occupied ports. When adding a cable to an occupied port, the existing seal must be removed. To accomplish this, heat the existing seal. Using care not to cut the port or cable, cut it with a utility knife. Then remove. Once the prepped new cable has been added, abrade the cable and port. Attach the SCOP adhesive pad to the new cable. Add the wraparound seal's Velcro strap to the port. Add the wraparound seal and shrink the seal. Notice the adhesive will flow at the end of the seal, indicating sufficient heat to the seal. New cable installation is now complete. The dome can now be placed back on the closure and the closure resealed. When installing cables smaller than 0.2 inches in diameter, the cable diameter must be built up to the minimum requirement and the cable itself protected from heat. To accomplish this, wrap the cable with a SCOP adhesive pad once the aluminum tape has been placed and prior to positioning and recovering the heat shrink. The SCOP provides several benefits. It builds up the cable diameter, it contains adhesive for sealing, and provides heat protection for the cables. As mentioned previously, when installing more than one cable in a single port, it is important to get sealant between the cables. To accomplish this, a SCOP adhesive pad or branch-off clip should be installed. SCOP pads should be used when placing multiple small drop or similar cables in a port, where branch-off clips should be used for placing 2 branch or feed-through cables in a port. Either of the above sealing methods for small or multiple cables should be used in conjunction with the standard practices for heat shrink sealing. This concludes the FOSC400 fiber optic splice closure training video. During this video, we have shown you the steps to install a FOSC400 fiber optic splice closure. If you have additional questions, feel free to call your local Tyco Electronics Telecom outside plant salesperson or field support personnel. They will be glad to assist you. Thanks for watching.